What does that say there?
I don't read DOXX Report.
DOXX
that?
Report.
That's Patrick and DOXX.
Okay.
They actually had lunch together, and DOXX paid.
Well, it's a Sunday. 3 is going to have to do. And this is the new and reset independent, self-funded, nonprofit, non-monetized, non-aligned, informative, civilized, semi-entertaining live DOXX Report. DOXX Report encompasses citizen journalism with commentary opinion only on topics that interest me and can be found exclusively on YouTube for live streaming. X, I put up the clips that I would probably get a strike on YouTube. I am a student of truth and self-discovery that has improved my daily living and will continue to do so. Email, this is new, and I screwed it up. I'm going to fix it right here. It is DOXX Report at Outlook. Let's start over. I'm going to type it in right now. DOXX Report, one word, at outlook.com. Here we go. I thank you for viewing, liking, subscribing, and live commenting. Remember, above all, keep spiritually centered. And what do we got today? Let's see. Oh, first of all, hey, Frank, tell us where we're streaming from, please.
Del Boca Vista.
There you go. You say that like you don't know, but you know it's Del Boca Vista. Rockstar Aaron Fletcher. Good morning, DOXX. I'm from Fairhaven, Massachusetts. All right, good to see you, Rock Queen. And you do know the bad news, right? You've been told Jamie Opulence has left the building. He's left the Archieverse. He's gone. He's not to return. He's had enough. Sergio, 99, a proud Brazilian living in Lagos, Nigeria. Good morning, DOXX. What other news? Where you been? Mike the Snake, can he stay away? He's left the Archieverse. He's going Okay, let's have him tell you. Mike, the companion pet. Where are you? Let him tell you.
Because I went from hero to zero overnight. You know, I've been the whipping post of the chat for 5 years, and you know, I've been the kind of butt of everybody's joke on the panel for 5 years, and I've enjoyed it. It's been a blast, okay? And I've been here to support Archie, and that's the only reason I've been here. I've refused
I'm the real
payment.
victim in this disaster, Mike,
I
because
know, and it fucking
I'm the
pains,
victim
it
because you're not
pains
going to
me,
be turning
Archie.
up on my stream anymore.
He also went on to say, what the F do you want me to do? That's the Archie, and that's no empathy. And he enjoyed being the punching bag until he didn't. So there you go. You see, look at that big guy hanging out on the golf screen. Okay, does anyone, I'm going to show you something. This is on my X account. Does anyone, let's put this in the comments. Anyone know what room this is? Question mark. Where have you seen that room before? Take a good look at it. Got his suitcase open. There's a bed against the window. There's some books above the bed. Anyone recognize that room? No guesses? Oh, I don't know if you should feel so. Well, you should feel sorry that he ever chose to go on the Archie show is what you should feel sorry for. Sergio Quad 9, I feel sorry for Mike the Snake. Used and dumped, life is hard, but what do you... He just said he enjoyed it. He enjoyed it. Archie saved his life. And he was only there to help Archie, yet he went on other shows. Producer Mark, Watch Nicholas. So he enjoyed streaming. There you go, bingo. We got, ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. We have a winner. Jay Gracewater, that is the bedroom in Shenzhen, China. And whose bedroom is it? The son is away to college. And who lives in Shenzhen? Who's he spending time with on Father's Day? That's the other question. Who does that room belong to? It would be the same answer as who did he dye the hair for? Oh, really? Oh, congratulations. We got breaking news here. Not in Lagos anymore. I moved to Singapore. Well, congratulations. I'll have to make a mental note of that. Okay, Aaron, I gotta put you in timeout. We're not gonna do this all show long, okay? We just can't do it. I'm not gonna hide you, but I have to see if I can get your attention. He's gone. He is gone. I hate to break your heart, but he is gone. Now this is, wait a second, how do I do this? There you go. Sorry I had to do it. You earned it, in other words. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Are you still working? Did the company move you there? That's interesting. Jay Grace, that must be a big change from Nigeria to Lagos, but they got oil money in Nigeria. So is anybody excited besides me for Tuesday? The new Apple iPhones are going to be available. Are going to be displayed. And I'm looking at that, and I'm watching it, and I'm going, you know, maybe it's time to get a iPhone Pro. I mean, I just could never do it because I $1,000, $1,200 for a phone. I just thought, but you know, it's got the what is it? The chip A19 chip Pro in it, and it's going to have the wide lens. It's going to have the best camera. It's going to be. I was sitting there and I thought, you know, I'm giving myself permission maybe to get it because I'm going to trade in the iPhone 15. That's my primary phone number, which will always remain on that phone. And I got the backup number on the 16E, but I don't see a 16E, an 18. Is it iPhone 18 now? What is it? No, it's a 17. iPhone 17, but I don't see a E unless they bring it in the spring, but that's for my backup phone. So I usually get the base model for my primary number. So that's, you know, I'm just allowing myself to get the Pro, but we'll see how much they give me for the 15 to trade in. Really? As Sergio, Quad 9 from Nigeria to Singapore. Not much. I lived in Southeast Asia before. The only issue is the time zone. Other than that, all is good. Yeah, isn't it, there's a few more amenities in Singapore? Or is Nigeria, Lagos, not Nigeria. Lagos, Nigeria have everything. Oh, we got a spammer. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's all you got? Really? There you go. Oh, that's you're just hilarious. You're just hilarious. Boy, they were out in force today. I looked out the front window, and I was looking at this rock, and I thought, is that a snake? No, it was a lizard, the biggest one I've seen so far. I got rid of that hydrangea, put some rocks out there. It's looking good. Oh, weather. Let's go with the weather. 82 degrees Fahrenheit. That would be 28 degrees Celsius. Humidity 80%. Winds 3 kilometers per hour. That would be 2 miles per hour. Had a big storm coming through. Big storm coming through last night. I mean, red and yellow radar, and it's on both sides. It's on the east and west. It's converging on the villages, and then it just makes an arc. Nothing but electrical storm. That's it. Got a little trace of rain, and I don't consider it rain unless I hear it on the roof. And I heard it like early morning, and I went out. I got my coffee. I went to bed at 7 p.m. and got up at 2:30. Because I had like 7.5 hours sleep, so it was like, you know. So I got up and did this, you know, folded some clothes and did some things, and then I went up to Wawa and had my coffee and breakfast, came back. But it had rain last night, so we did get some rain. And then it's set up for all this week, 70%. But it really, you may not get any rain. It just depends, you know, where you live. Did Tickers take the day off? Well, he's not here all the time. He does have a wrench. He could be in the background. He's got a channel to run himself, right? Different places, different amenities. Lex, say for comparison that you once lived in a small town in the Appalachian and you are now on Manhattan. Well, that would be that's a big change. So you went from Africa to Singapore, yeah. And you are now, yeah. But you know what? You could like the small town over the big city and vice versa, right? Jake Racewater, I like that comparison. You know, StreamYard keeps fiddling around now, and they've changed the layout to where now my screen that I'm looking at, what you're looking at, is a lot smaller. So if you see a fox, tell me, because I won't be able to see it. I don't want to screw around with it now. What if I hit this thing? Oh, do I dare? Hang on. No, then that's full screen. I don't want that. Then I can't even see anything. Okay. And we got little David here, and he says the news business. Only the news I want to, only the news that I'm interested in. Sergio gives a thumbs up. Well, we got 10 people watching. Uh-oh, Mookie is here. Mookie's here. And you know what that means. I know what he wants. Oh, Daphne said, Daphne first must say hello to Mookie. Daphne?
Hello, dog.
Oh, there you go. That was for Mookie. What else have I got for Mookie? There we go.
Almuamua.
Amuamua.
Almuamua.
Amuamua.
Almuamua.
There it is.
Almuamua.
Oh, enough of. Big changes might be coming. If the 3I Atlas, interstellar object, if it's slowing down, maybe 130,000 miles per hour is its lowest speed, and it's going to stop behind the sun, we may, that's what I say, will we ever know? Only if they're forced to tell us. They're not going to tell us because it's not going to help society. Because the people that want it confirmed, they just want it confirmed, and they're not going to do that. Then it's too many questions. Will we ever know? Only when they have to tell us. Oh, what else was I going to talk about? Well, okay. Should we do it now? The big meeting? Well, there was a big, what do I call this? It's not a summit. It was a, what do I call? Well, Patrick, AD never calls, or never calling, or AD never calls. He was in Florida. He contacted the DOXX Report and requested a meeting, a sit-down. And I agreed. I told him I was flattered that he would think about me. He had to come down here. I guess he flew down, and his dad had passed away. And I don't know if I even said condolences to him, but I do. My condolences. But I was just I thanked him, and he had this small. He flew down to drive the van back, a small van, I guess, that his dad had owned. I mean, it was loaded to the gills. Because I wanted to see it, I walked up to it, and I go, man, it's kind of riding low. He had it jammed full of stuff. So we had to meet up at a very, where I'm always going. You know where that is. Let's get their music for this.
What does that say there?
Whoop, wrong one. Hang on. So why'd you show your face, Lex? Well, I had to document it. I mean, he was nice enough to show up. Now, that doesn't mean I'm going to stream showing my face all the time. That's not going to happen. But we had a great, I think, let's see, I told him I'd be there at noon. I got there early, and we're outside, and oh my God, it was hot, and there was traffic running around. There was motorcycles. It was very busy. If you ever get a chance, a day to where you drive on a Sunday, totally different, open roads. But a Saturday was bad. I don't know if Patrick knew that, or he had to drive back on Saturday. But if you wait till Sunday, there's no traffic. But we had a nice talk, got him a sandwich, and I had my coffee. I was so hungry I ate before he got there. And I wasn't sure if he wanted to eat or not. And I was just like, I had to eat. So anyway, and also Costco's in that side of town. So I decided I'll put my ice chest in the WRX, and then I'll throw some of those what do they call them? The what's an antifreeze? Glycol or whatever, those rubber things you can freeze and then refreeze them. So I had three of the big ones of those, and I put them in the cooler. So so I can go up to Costco because it was so humid, and it was cloudy. You got a cool breeze, but when you go out in that kind of weather, you're going to perspire. So the only thing you can do is just think about the shower you get to take when you get home, because you're going to perspire. There's nothing you can do. And so I think it was there at 12, and then I think about 1:15, and I kind of apologized for holding him up. It was nice to chat with him. And then he decided, then he hit the road, and it was so hot. His phone stopped the battery. I mean, the phone will only operate in certain temperatures. And when I had my car parked there, it was like an oven inside, like a fire. But it was a nice chat, hour and 15 minutes. And, I said, call me if you break down or something. But he took his time out of his journey to see the DOXX Report. I mean, I had to document that. The senator rolls up in a lawn rider van. Well, he could barely open the back of it. And then, there's no way you could see behind. You had the side mirrors, of course, but he had like a dolly in the front seat, a metal dolly. I mean, you couldn't get anything else in there. It was jam-packed. So I hope he made it back safely. Pasta, here we go, says Pasta. He's in Florida, 80, never calling. Says he's in Florida. Still? He didn't make it out? Well, he was in Central Florida. All I know is yesterday at 1:15, he took off from Central Florida. Oh, Bart, I hope you didn't spend too much. I hope you didn't spend any money, tell you the truth. Powerball made a mistake. They had a winner last night. Hang on. Oh, shit. What am I looking for? Here we go. Hang on. They had a winner last night, and it wasn't me. Waste of money. Little Dave. Who's taking the weight loss drugs, Little Dave? I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know of anyone that's on weight loss drugs. One word from Pasta. Life. Uh-oh. Little Dave, you're not a bad-looking man, Doxy. At 71, I think I look pretty good for 71. Come on. Jay Grayswater, I said that before I heard the story. No idea where he is now. It's he's got like another 800 miles to go from yesterday. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. So we had a great, nice chat. Nice chat. And I even shaved on a Saturday for him. It's first impressions. I don't want to be an old man there with a beard, with like I'm not taking care of myself. Speaking of old men, let's see. Let's go over to the Morty channel here. See what the hell's going on. He had a picture up there that I did not understand. Maybe you can help me. Oh, I think so. Yeah. Awesome you guys got together. Yeah, it was cool. And he's, at first I said, well, we can meet, at a restaurant here, Lady Lake or some other thing. But then I go, well, he's on the road. So the convenient thing was the Wawa in Oxford, Florida. Really? You can get a Powerball thing for like pennies? Bart Simpson, it will cost Docs more to drive to Costco than I spent on a Powerball ticket. I like getting stuff done simultaneously. If I'm going to go all to Oxford, then I'm going to go, Costco's just up the street. And Saturday wasn't bad. Got in there, got some, I'm a bachelor. I love the deli. The deli's very good. Well, I don't have a wrench over there. I'm not a moderator. I don't, little Dave, will I be unbanned for the diner's reopening? Well, this would be a good time to ask. Be polite. Be civil. I don't know what your, what's the word? What you did to earn that banning. It depends. Is there any way you can, instead of going on the war path, find some way to apologize, perhaps? Like, I'm sorry, it won't happen again, whatever it was. Just asking, but I don't want to, he gets to run his diner the way he wants to. Once again, Father's Day in Australia, and there's the son of Mrs. Lie's bedroom, where he enjoys his Father's Day. How about that? How about that, Mr. Bateman? I wonder if Bateman's heard the story, the true story, where his employer was jovial about wanting to stream his own son's funeral for cash. Remember that one? It didn't happen, but he was sure excited about it, talking to Mark Goldberg. Why? Because when he announced the death of his son that day, he made $5,000 in super chats. That's who you're working for, Mr. Sorry about that, Mr. Bateman. 34. Can you imagine being 34 years old and the only job you can come up with is on Archie's show? Oh, that is terrible. That is really terrible. Exactly. Okay, let's go over to Morty's channel. Before he takes it down again. And what disappoints me is I just purchased a membership. I just purchased the membership, and then he decides to take then he's gone. So I stopped the membership, even though I can't get my money back. It was for a month, so I'm not going to reinstate the membership until I know he's going to stay or do some things. Bart Simpson, the IRS says it costs 70 cents per mile to operate an automobile for your deduction. So you don't have an automobile, Bart? It would be nice to, I can't walk anywhere here. It's just too far, and it's too damn hot. Sometimes I think about getting a new car, and I have to start thinking about flex fuel and hybrids, and I just come back to the WRX, 300 horsepower. It's paid for, number one. It's a 2020, so the insurance is not that bad. It's a 6-speed manual, 300 horsepower, all-wheel drive, big trunk, 4 doors. I can't do better than that. We got somebody in here. Original manipulator. It says, hi, Docs. Well, hey, original manipulator. Well, that I don't know anything about. Sometimes, if he didn't have a collective bargaining agreement, or at least I don't know what the laws are in New Zealand, but in Pavel, Master Bateman apparently coasting on the spoils of his lawsuit against his former employer. Did he win it? The news business. Did he win? Well, then, if he won, he won. But over here, it's most of the states are, what do they call it? You're at will. So you can quit anytime you want, and if they want to let you go, they can let you go. But if they lay you off, you get unemployment. If they fire you, you don't get unemployment. Depends on the state. A right to work. Yeah, that's the right to work states. Now, if you're in a collective bargaining agreement, you still can get fired, but they have to show just cause, and they have to negotiate with the union. I think. Thank God I don't have to work anymore. Oh, it's great. You have some money. If you retire, you got to have some money. Get your house paid off. That's the big one. Get your housing taken care of. And it's great. But if he made some money on the litigation, then good. I don't know if he can retire on it, right? How funny would it be? And he's going to get his chops over there, get used to streaming, and then do a Timmy. Go do his own thing, you know, and just leave him. Oh, that would be great. Oh, he's not coming over here. Golfing today on this Sunday? I only set up one camera. I don't want to do two today. I'm surprised Bateman isn't on the panel, as he self-inserts himself on every single show, it seems. Well, that you could get, from my employment days, you could go work 2 jobs. That's okay. You can work another job, but if it can't be in the same area or specialty of work, because then they'll terminate you. So, but Archie's paying him. I mean, Lux called him. He told him we're fellow employees. Now Bateman says I only want to help Archie. So is he doing it pro bono? Is he volunteer? Is he a volunteer over there? Then it really doesn't matter where he goes. But if he's getting paid, it's really up to his employer, which would be the 9-year-old. Well, I don't know that. Sometimes you sue your employer, you can't get another job. That's the downside of that, once they know you've sued an employer. Jake Roy, sorry, he wouldn't be coasting on the spoils if he didn't win the lawsuit. I never heard him say that. The only thing I've ever heard him say is, I'm here to help Archie. Pavel, he doesn't have enough of a personality to pull a Timmy. Speaking of Timmy, what is Timmy up to? Let's see, where is Timmy? Timmy? Oh, yeah.
We like to call it here, keeping the grift alive and help fuel the grift jar.
Because I went from hero to zero overnight.
Now, you were there 5 years. Did he really go to hero to zero overnight? Well, it's really, it's up to Archie. But he's not an adult. He won't take, or whatever Tanzil says, if somebody's supporting the show. Original manipulator, yes, none of the channels are holding Bateman accountable for conflict. Well, it's not really a conflict of interest. It's just, if he's being paid from Archie and Archie doesn't care, but it seems like he does care, because they're trying to shame him from going over to watch Nicholas. Well, just say if you do it again, you won't get paid. And then I'll have to let you go. Unless he's a volunteer. But it's really up to Archie. Okay, we're at the Mortys channel here. Now he has nothing coming up, but he does have some interesting posts. Oh, he took it down. Oh, I can't show it to you now. No, there it is. He still got it up there. All right, we're at the Mortys Diner. At Mortys Diner, no apostrophe. That's the only way you can pull it up now. Because if you just search Mortys Diner, it won't do it. You have to put at right here. This thing right here. You got to put this in here. You got to put at Mortys Diner. Posts. First come, first serve. The doors are locked. Oh, I don't want to do that. Hang on. I just want to get a full shot of this. Oh, let's go back. All right. Now I get it. These are aliens Now, the ones with the bald heads are biologics. That's a special type of alien, which we'll get into a little later. Now, these two may be aliens that are walking among us. But what is this thing here? What the hell is that? That looks like a big rat, a big guinea pig on a, is it on a leash? I don't know, what's it doing there? Or a capybara? What is this thing? A rodent? It's some kind of rodent. Wouldn't you agree? Tell me, help me with this. What is that? What is that thing? They got a golf cart in the background, and the biologic needs the thing here. Any comments? No comments. Not sure what that means. Mortys Diner opening soon. He's been gone for over a month, so I don't know if he's just playing around. And now these are definitely biologics. Some things are worth the rate, are worth the wait. The biologics are an interesting phenomenon. They are biologic, they're zombies basically. They don't think, they're programmed to drive the interstellar vehicles. They're part of the avionics of the UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomenon. They don't have digestive tracts, they don't have genitalia, they've been raised in a petri dish, I guess. They're biological, but they're just there to get the craft to wherever they want. And I, for one, if I'm going to a diner, I want a human section. I don't want to be sitting with the biologics, I'm sorry. Coming soon, cheesecake coffee. Okay, that's really all I had to show you. And then a line is already forming at the diner for reopening. Okay, well, we're waiting. We are waiting. What else have I got? I'm just testing out. It's just a Sunday. I came on early because I got an NFL, what do they call it? A Sunday ticket. So I want to see how that works. And the games start at 1, and it tells me that I've purchased some games that are not available over the air. So I'm going to be trying that out at 1, and then, of course, at 4 o'clock, too. But the NFL season, week 1, here we go. Here we go. Floodland, good morning, people. Welcome aboard. So what do you think? Is it Archie's in Shenzhen again? He's there. He can't get that deal closed. He needs a landing place. I think he wants permanent residence. I don't think, I don't see it happening. Man, I stopped watching tennis a long time ago. U.S. Open tennis final today should be good. And I can only handle so much college football. Pretty soon it's like, the main teams I'll watch, but it's like not a full game. I can't do that. And of course, I talked a little bit about, if you have any questions, I met with one Patrick, Oxford, Florida, Wawa, and Narc tried to break the news on the Archie show. They weren't having it. They could care less. They're not interested. Whoop, that's the pick. I want the movie with the MP4.
What does that say there?
I don't read DOXX Report.
Who's
DOXX
that?
Report.
That's Patrick and DOXX.
Okay.
They actually had lunch together, and DOXX paid.
What's the big deal? It's just Wawa. All right, 39 minutes. What would you like to do? Let's see, get rid of this. Do I have any new clips? I thought I had a new clip. I've already played that. Archie's the real victim. See, he doesn't want anybody to have attention other than himself. Well, wait a second. If Bateman never has to work again, why doesn't he buy an expensive watch? If he made that much money, probably not. At 34, how's he going to support himself? He can't off of one lawsuit. He may have gotten some money, but you use that money to get you to the next job. You got to be working. You got to get a career going. I thought it was too. I was very flattered. I told him that. So I cleaned up, I shaved, and I went out there. Now there's a set of railroad tracks I have to cross. So I went early in case there's a train, because then I got to go a different way. Awesome, you guys got together. It was a very warm day, though. I mean, it was brutal. But you relax. I just relax because it's like, okay, I'm going to perspire. Nothing I can do about it. I'll wait till I get home. But just getting in your car, even though I had a sunscreen up in the Costco, it's still brutal in the car. It's a sauna to get that air conditioning going. I'll drive a little bit with the windows down, run the AC, and then I'll roll the windows up. But we are transitioning into autumn. You want to know what Archie made yesterday? I could tell you that. I'm not going to... I'll look at one. I'll look at him. How many people give him money so he can travel and go and play around with his mistress? Ooh, not coming up. Why is that? Archie Luxury Live. There's Alpha Luxury. I don't see it. Do I have to do one word? Maybe one word. Oh, no, there's the Dungeon. I don't see him. Did I misspell it? Let's go see. Maybe his channel's not up. Let's go see if his channel's still operating. That's a weird one. No, it's there. Archie, I got to put in Archie Luxury Live Stream. Not coming up. Maybe they got tired of covering him. That's strange. I'll work on it another time. Very strange. Obi-Wan. Hello there, DOXX. Obi-Wan. Obi-Wan. Oh, Floodland 99 JJ also had a lawsuit. I guess it's a thing among Archieverse streamers. I don't know. I mean, listen, if you need to, you had to sue, you had to do it. If you're injured or whatever. Uh-oh. Well, we got it. Now, this is a dinner theater. We have to be civil. Obi-Wan says Bateman is a gutless fence sitter. Why is he sitting on a fence? I don't understand. He doesn't have to choose between Watch Nicholas and Archie because he's not Archie's. It doesn't matter to him. He's implying that he doesn't want him there. Well, if he's your employer, Archie, demand it or get rid of him. Was Patrick on vacation? No. Patrick was not on vacation. He had a funeral. His father passed, and they were cleaning up, And he flew down and then drove the father's van back with some of the, items from the family. And so he wasn't on vacation, but I was really honored to hear from him. He says, "You want to meet up?" I said, "Sure." And I had to document it, so I took a picture of it. Oh, look at this. Here he is right there. Yeah, 80 never calling. I'm almost home. 30 more minutes. Slow down. You'll make it. You can empty out the van a little bit later. Laura Connor, good morning, Lex. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing fine. Thank you, Laura. Hope you're doing okay. And since Patrick is watching, I'm going to have to play that clip again.
What does that say there?
I don't read DOXX Report.
Who's
DOXX
that?
Report.
That's Patrick and DOXX.
Okay.
They actually had lunch together, and DOXX paid.
Well, I don't see why it's so shocking I paid. I mean, he's coming through. I could be at least a decent host. Oh, I don't think so. What I'm hoping, our original manipulator, Bateman, probably has his sights trained on the next law. I don't think so. Well, first of all, Archie doesn't have any money, so that would be useless. I mean, that would be not, what are you going to, no. I hope he gets his chops, learns a trade, and then he branches off, which everybody has. Urban Gentry, who's the heavy set guy down in South Florida? Somebody talks watches. Fernando talks watches. Timmy, of course. JJ, of course. The only one that didn't would be Marco Ferrante, who put on a suit and sold watches. So maybe Bateman wants to get into selling watches. I don't know. Go to work. It's better than... you're 34 years old and you're going to invest in Archie? No, maybe a month or two, but then you got to move on. That's terrible. Really? Well, don't know. Obi-Wan, he is playing them off for one another for the spotlight. I'm fatigued, fatigued of Bateman. That's the reason I believe in individuated channels. You know, if you're going through all the channels and it's Mike the Snake on every one of them or Bateman on every one, it's just like then there's no variety. Well, I didn't want to say, that never came up. I think he's got me beat by quite a bit, though. A Floodland 99, 2 millionaires hanging out at Wawa. If you were to see him or me, you would never guess. You would never think that. I'm an everyday MM. He's an everyday Deca, DM. But you would EDDM. But you would never think that. I had my bull of a Jetstar on, and he had a Citizen, a Casio type looking thing. You know, it just didn't matter. It doesn't improve your life whatsoever. AD never calling. Wow, what a great visit. The DOXX Report was a gracious host. The news business is accurate. Thank you again for showing up. See, that's amazing. Oh, that's a killer. 80 never calling. 1,314 miles driven so far. Oh, I can't even. And on a Saturday, I was telling people earlier, if you get a chance to drive around Florida, make it a Sunday. There's no traffic. Little Dave is making a face. 23 people watching. Nothing's planned for today, just hanging out. The top news story is I did have a meeting with AD Never Calling. And it was fun. The time flew by, and then I started feeling bad, like I'm holding him up. He's on the road, you know, get a drink, have something to eat, and then he was back on the road. And I checked out the fuel prices at Wawa. They're a little pricey. You get a better deal at Costco or Sam's Club, the warehouses, or BJ's Wholesale Club. Pavel, EDDDMM. No, he's a EDDM. I'm a EDMM. Speaking of which, I changed banks, and I was surprised. The check came pretty quick. No, they gave me a cashier's check, but they didn't hold it. So the money's in there. And I'm glad I found another bank because they offer you a money market savings account. And I go, well, it's probably, if you're paying that much interest, it's probably not FDIC guaranteed. No, it is. So why would I put it in the regular one? Because it's $15,000 to get in the money market. So I did that, and I'm going to transfer some money over there. And I asked, and I finally received a debit card. So, but I don't need a credit. I mean, how many credit cards do you need? I got a MasterCard, a Visa, and an Apple card. That's plenty. 2 credit unions and 1 bank. Let's see. I don't know what you're talking about, Darth. Yes, sir, Obi. He doesn't like me. What did he say? He said we don't care about that shit. Well, I don't know how long he's been watching Archie though. But I just can't imagine of all the opportunities out there. And I know it's New Zealand, but all the opportunities out in the world, and you're at Archie's? Unless you got a criminal record. Now that I don't know. I mean, why would he land there? Unless he wants just to learn how to stream and then do the keys and then gets his own channel. That'd be great. The Bateman Watch Talk. Bateman Watch Talk. How long until Bateman tries to get on your show? Like he didn't want to come over here. And I don't really want him here. Because then I'd be like every other show. However, the best interviewer out there is one Morty. So Bateman, if you should get on the Morty show and have a chat with him. Obi-Wan, $50 by next week. Well, does Watch Nichols pay him too? Well, he's a contractor. And you know, in reality, he's not an employee anywhere. He's just a contractor. He's a paid contractor. Blanca, the guy is playing all sides for a few bucks. You might have the wrong channel there, Dirk. Dirk likes to categorize people in their age groups. Like I'm a boomer, you know. I asked one time what did Dirk do, and he says he's in IT. No, he's not. He's a drywaller. Nothing wrong with that, but he hangs drywall. That's fine. Really, and he chose to go over there. Well, it does have high profile, but then you're tainted. You know, you're tainted once you go over there. Bateman claims he's been watching AC3 for years. However, he lacks basic knowledge of the recent history. Again, Mr. Bateman, ask your boss there, did you really want to stream your son's funeral? Were you really going to do that? For money? For cash? Ask him that. Well, listen, if he teams up with a woman, I mean, look at Red. Now, Wrist and Red, that's a winner. Red on his own, and I'm talking about one Sluggo, you know who I mean. That's not going to work. Let's check that out. I'd like to check that out. Let's see if they're still around. Their first show, they had like 1,300 views. Wrist and red. Oh, let's see, episode 3, My Watch Collection Revealed. And that would be wrist. Streamed 5 days ago, 1,900 views, almost 2,000 views. So the first watch couple on YouTube. So that's the way to go. And I think they had a guest host on the second one, which would be, now this is red and tea and tickers, but wrist wasn't there. 600 views, 661 views. Their premiere, episode 1 was 1,800 views. And this latest one, no, wait a second, this says 4,000 views. So I stand corrected. So their women are interested in watches, but they want to see another woman. Something to think about, Mr. Bateman, when you peel off. Pavel, Bateman's Watch Talk, ASMR. I do watch some ASMR channels. I do. And I shut my eyes, and I guess because of my age, and I still work out, but I get in that chair, and I'm out. And then then all of a sudden I wake up and the television's off. So it does work if you want to relax. Blanca, I agree he'd be better getting a real job, not a long-term career bouncing around these channels for cash unless you own one. Well, unless he's learning the trade. You're learning the trade and you get paid? That's great. Bateman on watches. Who's a legend? Bateman, Red, Tickers. I mentioned a bunch of names. Mookie, he's a legend. Oh, no, he's a woodworker. He's a very mechanical, hands-on type guy. You can be any physique. He looks pretty strong, really. Pavel, Dirk doesn't have the physique. Listen, they're not bodybuilders. Okay. Unless they want a new audience, Darth. Unless they want a new audience. These new characters, I always warn not to be overexposed. When you come on all the time, people will grow tired of you. Example, Mike the Snake. I know, I can't listen to him. And, you know, I believe in borders. I believe in channels. You know, have your unique perspective, your unique guests, you know. But that's me. But what do I know? I'm not monetized, so, and I don't get that many views. What do you mean there's a lot wrong with it? I mean, health-wise, it's a difficult thing. Mark the Shark, there's a lot wrong with hanging drywall. I did a few years as a young man. Was there dust particles? Yeah, that's what you said. Well, if you're in IT, you wouldn't be hanging drywall. So you're a drywaller, so what? Darth Diggler, I got to hang the drywall at this new McDonald's down the street. Oh, you got AD laughing. Got a hammer. Well, listen, he's good with tools. Pavel, I was making an a Office Space reference. Boomer didn't catch it. No, I just read it in English language. I'm trying to run a show and not figure out what everybody's saying. Okay, Pavel. Stephen L., a top reporter. Hi, Docs. Did you see that the franchise club is now monetized? Now that you mention it, yeah, and ER was over there and she was throwing the money around. Yep, she sure was. Hi, Docs. Did you see that Franchise Club is now monetized? ER super chatted 300 Aussie dollar. And if people don't know who ER is, she's an heiress, a legitimate heiress. And that's Archie's Powerball. If he could land that, that's his dream. Bart Simpson insists YouTube is mostly AI-generated junk videos. Ooh, that's harsh. Let me get this proper here. Hang on. Original manipulator Bateman is just as unemployable as Eddie.
Ho! Ho! Oh! Oh! Oh!
Oh, that's terrible. Terrible for Bateman. Oh, I don't think so. It was 20 Aussie dollars an hour, wasn't it, for Lux? Obi-Wan, what do you think AC3 pays him? I heard 45 pesos per hour. Don't know. Mookie, legendary IT workers. I just can't. Yeah, it's really one topic, isn't it? Pavel, I just can't, with the Franchise Club, incessant ball-washing of chat and panelists leading to obsessing about Oshin once again. Rinse, repeat. 1 hour. Hanging out on a Sunday. Checking out the horology dungeon. Nothing there. Watch Nicholas. No, nothing there. Archie and Bateman rebooting routers together. No, he'll never work. I mean, Archie may try Uber until he yells at somebody. Tandem washing, says Pavel. Look where all the rejects from all the channels come. What, to here? Cokehead Curly too? Darth Diggler, I'm a hacker, man. No, you don't know what real hacking is unless you read the articles on Eddie. Out of Chicago and the Department of Justice indictment and sentencing. He was not a good guy at all. Oh, I think I got rid of him. I thought I had. Oh, I must have got rid of him. And I think he quit, right? He was asking for money all the time on Archie's show, got nothing. And then he goes over to watch Nicholas to ask for money, and he gets nothing. So I think he decided, then he stopped again. And he's so tech savvy, he could just have his own channel. Just get the, StreamYard base package. Not like that, though, Darth. Yeah, I know it. I saw all about Eddie. We all F up once or twice in life. Not like that. Not like that. Well, that's hacking, right? It's still illegal to hack into the accounts. I mean, how do you think a hacker gets in there? He uses fake credentials, right? He didn't hack anything. He illegally used credentials. Oh, let's go check. Let's go Google AI. And of course, the legal definition would be also different. The gaining of unauthorized access to data in a system or computer. Doesn't matter how you do it. The use of unconventional or illicit means, yeah, to take your coworkers' passwords to get in, and then wreak havoc and expenses on your employer, is a federal crime. Well, I don't know if he's officially left, but he was, I think I heard something. Yeah, he wants to get Super Chat. He just wants to send money. He's not getting the money. But let's see when his last show was. I saw him kind of arguing with his mother, and then he brought out the accordion. But that was a while ago. And the guy with, I don't know who that guy is with the, oh, I don't even want to say it. Let's see, Eddie was 3 days ago. And we'll see if he comes back. That was very strange. 80 never calling, and Eddie never found out what Blondie smells like. And he kept giving suggestions, and it's like, only a real woodsman, an outdoors person. Broke back Baba. Pavel is lucky he didn't hack the John Deere combine he uses. Pavel, you fool. Oh, well, fair point. Original manipulator. Eddie can't make the Watch Nick channel any worse than it already is. You're saying that was your name, Darth? You came up with that? Clever troll name, broke back Baba, but that ain't mine. Speaking of criminal records, you do know that freshmen had 2 criminal convictions, one for disturbing the peace and the other for auto theft. And where does he end up? Archie Luxury Show. Obi-Wan, thoughts on Lange, Docs? Oh, on luxury watches? Yeah, I have a statement on luxury watches. I'll tell you all you need to know. Buy what you want and wear what you buy. Do your homework. If you need to ask someone you should buy a particular watch, the answer is always no. You are asking because you are unsure. Make a decision. Never, ever buy any watch as an investment. Never, ever enter a payment scheme to purchase a watch. Why? Because you can't afford that watch. Never forget, any person you meet is infinitely more interesting than any wristwatch made or will ever be made. A wristwatch purchase does not validate you. You need no validation because you already are. Obi-Wan, oh, F me dead. No, I mean every word I say. On luxury wristwatches, it's a trap. You fell into it. It's jewelry. And you never get your money back on that stuff. Now, if you want to flash a Rolex that everybody recognizes, okay, if that's your thing. But don't go overboard on it. Obi-Wan says, smart man. I learned the hard way. I'm wearing my beautiful little Timex right now, and it's a Indiglo. It lights up. It's pretty accurate. How long it's going to last, I don't know. But I get a kick out of it, and it's if I hit it on a door jam, it's no big deal. But can you imagine hitting your Rolex on a door jam? Oh, I had a couple of Rolexes, and I just kept it in the house. It was like, it's too valuable to be out walking around with it. Wi-Fi signal showing low. Now this is starting to get me, because this is hardwired. This one off the kitchen, so I unplugged all my HomeBots, my Amazon, Apple, Google devices, and I turned off the Wi-Fi on the other iMac. And because I realized from Xfinity, I have all these devices. Like I got the TVs, everything's a device. The Apple TV. I should get rid of it, not the Apple TV, but what's the other one called? The Roku, because I never use it. I'm just okay, now it popped back. The Wi-Fi is good. But I never use the Roku, and that's probably the better one, but I'm into the Apple thing, and it works with my iPods, and my earpods, Apple Pods, whatever you call them. So if anybody wants a 4K Roku box, shoot me an email. Not overseas. I'm not sending it overseas. It's too pricey and it's such a pain. What's your no, this is not my email address. Let's get rid of that. I'm leaving Fastmail. I don't like it. Here it is. DOXX Report at Outlook.com. If you would like and it's still working. It's probably I'll put the latest software on it. And you can talk into the remote, but I never use it. And it's 4K. Roku. Ooh, another golfer. Well, that's true, but if you I got a 4K television, you have to look specifically for 4K channels when they do the filming in it. And it's pretty spectacular. But, you know, if you're just watching the majority of things, no, it's just HD, I guess. Darth Diggler, a lot of streaming is not true 4K. Only real true K is via physical media. It looks very good. I've got an OLED 4K, and if you search for people who filmed with 4K, looks great. I've never seen anything like it. And I do have do I have a 4K player? I think I do. But I don't watch that many movies. I got the latest Scorsese movie. What was that? I can't remember the title on that one. The guy who claimed to have shot the union leader, Jimmy Hoffa. But that was 4K. But as a rule, I just do the Apple TV. A lot of YouTube. That's right. Irishman, right. And I think maybe I got Casino too. I like Casino more than I do The Irishman. I thought Casino was a great show. And plus I was living in Las Vegas at the time. Well, true. It's all about the bit stream. Very true. Pavel, physical is the way. 4K disc bit rates are well over 10 times the bit rates of 4K streaming. All I know is the finished product. But if you search for 4K material on a device like Apple 4K and your television 4K, it does look spectacular, but there's not a lot of it. I grant you that. But they take drone shots of like islands and, you know, wilderness areas. You don't see anything like it. A Casino is definitely a winner. Any Vegas stories, Docs? I gambled a little bit when I first got there, but I stopped. I was never a big gambler. The only stories I had, like coworkers, and I've seen some of these guys. I mean, I worked with them, and they'll win 20,000, but you have no idea what they've lost. Or, you know, a guy that you think is, these are horror stories, that you think is somewhat normal, and then you realize he's flying to Hawaii. Oh, that's cool. Oh, the casino's paying for it. Flying him to Hawaii. They only do that because you dump a lot of money in the casinos. Or you get to eat free. So it's like, I don't know, it's a terrible, it is a disease if you can't control it. And a lot of guys think they can control it, but they're not. The only stories I have fishing stories. I would go out to Lake Mead. That's my Las Vegas story. When Lake Mead, before the drought, before it started dropping, the bait fish at Lake Mead was the thin thread shad. And they would come into the shoreline at night because the stripers would be just ambushing them. So you net some shad and you throw out live bait at night, and that was so much fun. So I really enjoyed that. And I'd go out and eat once in a while. I had a credit line, you know, so I could cash a check like any day of the year. But I didn't hang out at casinos. And once I kind of like to get out there and have, you know, with some coworkers, have something to eat, but then I want to get out of there. It's just all noise, you know, inside. Well, that's something you're going to have to decide, John C. Is watch Nicholas a bad guy? Was that good or bad, or you want to watch that? That's what you're going to have to decide. Pablo, they've gotten pretty good at these compression algorithms. Oh, well, I used to have all of that in Las Vegas. I had a DVD collection, but here's my Las Vegas story. When I left, I gave everything away. Fishing equipment, tent, fishing poles, DVDs, the DVD player. It was like, it's just a clean start completely. You got to trash that. Not trash it, but give it to somebody who can use it. And it's a new start. I don't want to bring Las Vegas life here to Central Florida. I want to start fresh. I didn't know how fresh it would be because I literally was sleeping on the floor on an air mattress graciously provided by Donnie and Reggie. And I had a cardboard table and a couple of chairs, but at least I was here. I made it. And then, because I flew out here with with a suitcase, and the pod, it isn't delivered for another week, which has whatever brooms and whatever I brought, a TV, whatever furniture I did bring. But Donnie and Reggie said, don't bring any furniture with you, because Reggie was in estate sales. So, okay, great. And it was fun giving it away. It was like, why you can't hang on to it all. And it's just a fresh start. It's almost like a dream now that I'm here. I still got to pinch myself because I got everything so convenient. I could have never planned this on paper. It was a blessing. I mean, I got workout near, the dentist is near, the doctor's near, shopping is near, the weather is great. Yeah, it's a little hot in the summer, big deal. It was hot in Las Vegas. Well, you're really into if you have one of those. I was thinking of one of those at one time, the NAS thing, but it's just, I'm not a big movie watcher. Darth, I have my older DVD movies on NAS connected to my Plex, my Blu-ray. Yeah, I had a Blu-ray. I got a 4K something. I haven't used it for a while. 4K movies I watch on the 4K player. Uh-oh. We got a celebrity in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Morty's Diner. Good morning, docs. Just finished my morning meditation. Or meditation. Okay, I thought you said your morning medication. I actually bought a pill box to line up, Sunday through Saturday. And I still missed it because I have to take one at bedtime. And it's in my Apple Notes, but I didn't read my notes. And I used to put the pill box in the bedroom and it wouldn't matter. I still wouldn't take it, or I have to see it. So, well, good for you. Let thy eye be single, and thy body shall be full of light. 2 passages that in the New Testament, by the way. Well, I'm telling you, you'll be healthier. Now, I was a little dehydrated. I had 40 ounces of water. I couldn't defecate. I didn't eat much. I didn't piss that much. Then I went up and had my coffee and breakfast, came home. Then I took care of business. The Morty Diner pushed the water and defecate. You got any breaking news for us there, Morty? I had you did hear I had a sit down with Patrick. You aware of that, Morty? Mookie, hang on. I'll give this its due. Mookie, Mike the Snake invented the fishing poles. It wouldn't surprise me. John C. Mookie F. Coda. Oh, goodness. Obi-Wan Pantera rods, man. The Pantera is not to be discussed. You know why? Because in one fateful day of the fires of California, his plane in the hangar and the garage that held his Pantera in one day. This happened to him.
Because I went from hero to zero overnight.
One fire and overnight.
Because I went from hero to zero overnight.
The famous ZF gearbox. Obi-Wan, indeed, excuse me. John C. What does that mean? Bought it off the president. Terrible static, Mike. I want to get Mike the Snake on, says Mookie, to talk about Mike the Snake's it's terrible static mic. Well, he's gone. He doesn't need a mic anymore. Do you really watch that many movies? Pavel, with some technical talk here. I use an R-Evolution player to play files off my NAS. 4K disc collection leads to 100 terabytes. Ooh, NAS laughing. Oh. Yeah, I had to document it. I was going to black out my eyes and black his out. But then it's like, I have to document the occasion. I was really surprised he wanted to see me, so it's like, take a picture of it. For the record, it is up on X. Hang on. Mookie, Mike the Snake hiring Bateman's attorneys. Well, technically, he was not an employer over there. What are you going to sue about? And the guy's got no money. So you're not going to get anything. Little Dave greets Morty. Hero to zero, it happens a lot. Oh, that's a scary thing. Exactly, Darth. Jesus, 100 terabytes. He's a collector. Oh, man. 4K, they're all 4K? That's unbelievable. You should be sitting, there's one of your guests for your show, Morty. There's two guest recommendations for your show, Morty. One is Bateman, because you're the top interviewer. Get to the bottom of this guy. Does he have a criminal record? How could you end 34 years old and end up with Archie? And then Pavel here, you should have him on. 384 4K discs. There's you talk movies with. 248 Blu-rays. Can we believe it, Pavel? Is that believable? All right, 1 hour, 29 minutes. We're going to close it up here at 1:30. An hour, 30 minutes, I mean. Unless Morty wants to come on, which I don't think he does. I kind of agree with you, but I bought the NFL Sunday ticket, and I want to be able to see a game that I can't watch here over the air. Bart Simpson, TV sports is boring. NFL this afternoon, yawn. It's really the gambling. It's this fantasy football league is keeping it afloat. And now gaming is legal on the game. So there you go. Even the college football, I watch the highlights. I have a hard time. It's just enough's enough. They start to look all the same. Oh, interesting. Well, how often do you watch these movies? You're watching weekly, right? I mean, daily. Pavel, I use the app called CLZ Movies to catalog everything. You just scan the barcode with your phone or tablet. Interesting. Well, guys are into different things. I like my flashlights. I got a new knife sitting here. Very short blade. Let's see if you can hear it. Just opened it. Side opening, automatic. And I like my padlocks and knives and Glock. And as soon as it's cooling off, put this knife back. I have my tray organizer right here at the station. Pablo says, listen, I probably watch 3 to 4 times a week. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, 1 hour, 31 minutes. Let's take it out here. Patrick. AD never calling. As DOXX Report always says, we're just passing through this life. I figured I'd reach out since I was passing through his area. Life is short. Make that call. You'll be glad you did. Yeah, thanks. Thank you. I'm glad you did. It's great. I had a visitor. Great job, Patrick. Pastas, great job, Patrick. Pablo, cool you guys met up. Okay. AD never called. On target. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching.